Today we are doing some performance tuning on Windows 11. Let's go. Hey there, this is Tom with Tom's Tech Show, and you've just had Windows 11 forced on you. Your system doesn't run the same. You're concerned about some security. What information am I sending to Microsoft? Well, there are some things that we can disable in order to allow us to make the system run better and also send a little bit less information to Microsoft without getting some kind of add-in program or something, like that. I have a video on telemetry blocking programs. I'll link that in the description. All right. So, but if you just want to go through just regular, Windows services, what can we disable? Let's look at some of those. All right, here we go. Okay, first thing we want to do is hit the Windows R key. And then in that window, we'll type services.msc and run that, and that will bring up this window here. Now this has all the services that your computer is currently running. And we can go through some of those. So we're going to go through them kind of alphabetically. Not necessarily my priority, but so there's this first one, which is the all join router service. Lets you connect to Windows Internet of Things from your computer. So if you're not connecting to smart switches or outlets or anything like that, this manual trigger start, we can just change that. What we're going to be doing in most of these is opening it, selecting disabled, and hitting apply. So now this is never going to run. It's never going to interrupt us or anything else. Okay. So the next one down we're going to look at is this, let's see, device management wireless application. So this says routes wireless application protocol push messages. So if you're not using this as a wireless access point, then and synchronizing the devices and management sessions over wireless, your computer's manually cabled, it's plugged in. Well, we can just disable that. That's fine. So we'll hit apply. Okay, the next thing is, of course, the fax service. If you don't have a fax machine, might as well disable this. If you're not sending faxes, we don't need that. So parental control. So if you are the only one that uses the computer, that you don't have any kids in the house, then we can just set that to disabled. If you have kids, then you want to go through the full setup of parental controls and keep that to protect your kids, that's for sure. Okay, portable device enumerator service. So this need for making group policy changes for removal and synchronize of content on Windows Media Player. I don't use Windows Media Player, I use VLC. So we don't even need this, and I don't want it triggered to be run. So we're just going to set that to disabled. Okay. So print spooler. Now, do you print anything? If you do, then you need to leave that running. I do, so I'm going to leave it running. If this is a computer that you can never print anything from, disable that. Plus, with all the printer problems that Windows has been having, maybe it's better, just to leave that off and only turn it on when you need to print something. Program Compatibility Assistance Service. If you're running any kind of really old applications, then you might need this. But if you're running all, very new, like you're running Office and you're, running all the programs that normally would run on Windows, 8 and 10 and all that, then you don't need this. This can be stopped. You don't need that at all. Okay. So remote desktop configuration. And remote desktop services. And all of these things that say remote desktop. So are you remoting into your computer at all? No. Do you want this to be in a way that, some person may be able to get in and start it with, because that's how, spyware and things can get in if your remote desktop is enabled. That's really a big security flaw. So I just disable that right across the board. Okay, retail demo service. Like why do we even have this on a regular consumer end computer? Make sure that's disabled. I don't need this to be in retail demo mode at all. No. Now, see, so the next one I disable is called themes. So you may think that, okay, well, the start menu, this crazy widget panel that they have and stuff that's kind of semi-transparent and does all these theming things. Well, if I go in here and I disable themes and stop the service, basically none of that changes. It's all the same. Start menu looks the same. Everything looks the same. So that's kind of a legacy service, but they still put it in here and still have it running. So why? I don't know. It's Microsoft. They do really dumb things. So touch keyboard and handwriting panel service. So this is actually running. Why do I need it running? I need it disabled. So this one doesn't even allow me to start, stop, pause, or resume it. So I'm going to have to reboot to get this to actually stop. But I don't have a touch keyboard and I don't have a handwriting device connected to my computer. So don't need that. Okay. Let's go down to Windows Connect Now. Connect Now mainly for laptops that need connection to wireless networks such as cameras, printers, and things. So if you are like this computer, this is a desktop, and I don't connect to anything, that isn't already connected, so I can disable this. If you have a new printer that you're installing, so you may have to come and turn this back on, but for me, turn it off. Okay, so Windows image acquisition. So if you don't have a scanner, then you can turn this off. I do have a scanner. I have one on this small Epson inkjet, and I have one on my big ginormous Dell full color laser printer over there. So I need that to scan things. But if you don't have a scanner, I'm not going to be using a scanner because a lot of people use your phone. Just to click, take a picture of it, then boom, it goes into your photos. Yeah. So Windows Insider Service. Let's see. Disable this service if you're going to not be in the Windows Insider program, which I'm not. So this computer, I have other computers that I go into Insider Service. Windows Mobile Hotspot Service. As the name says, this is services sharing mobile internet connection with your PC. I'm not going to be doing that, and I don't want anything to turn that on, right, to be able to do that. And I'm not doing anything Xbox. So we can go down here to the Xbox services and just turn them, make them be disabled. This computer is not doing any Xbox stuff. If you're a gamer, of course, you want to be able to have all that Xbox stuff on there. Okay. Management. Boom, boom. Okay. Now all that stuff I will have to reboot to get it, to get some of them disabled, but all that is now shut down. So now we've got a lot of services that we've turned off. So that means our Windows system does not have to turn them on when it starts running again. Okay, so the next place that I want to jump to is Open Explorer. Go to this PC, right click it, and click Properties. Now you see this, it just goes to the system control panel basically, but if we click here, this button, Advanced System Settings, that brings up this little panel here. We'll minimize this, get that out of the way, minimize that, get that out. So typically in most systems, I'll click in here to this performance area, and we have all these things. So I don't care about showing Windows contents while driving, animating windows, or anything else. So I just want to change this to say adjust for best performance. That unclicks all of those. We click apply, and some shadows kind of went away from the back of my Windows stuff, which means my GPU is not drawing those anymore, which gives my GPU, the ability to do other things. and the CPU to not have to send those commands. So the start menu and everything comes up exactly the same. I know this is kind of off the edge of this display here. We can slide it over a little bit. Boom, like that. Okay, so my start menu comes up the same. The little widget thing still comes up and it still has transparency on it. I've yet to see much that's different other than the start menu, instead of coming up and kind of scrolling up, it just displays, which is what I like better, because I don't want to sit there and wait for your little animation to go. I mean, I don't need that. I just need to get to what I need to get to. So there we go. So there's a lot of systems that you can shut off. Go into the performance settings and turn all that extra animation and everything else off. This is kind of typically what I do with any kind of Windows system, because that just bogs everything down, and it's just not good for people to, okay, oh, that's, the first time it comes up and it fades in or something, it's like, wow. But after you use it for 5 minutes, it's like, can't you go faster? So there we go. There's some tips to help Windows go faster. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, everybody who has subscribed. I appreciate it. A lot of great conversations, a lot of great questions, and things go on in the comment sections. So if you want to check those out on any videos that you're watching, I mean, sometimes there's answers to questions that people have already posted, in there. So thanks everybody for watching, and take care.